Hello and welcome. You're watching Political Bazaar on Money Control. I'm Sakshi Batra and with me is a very special guest today. I have with me Bhupendra Chaubey, he's the Executive Editor of CNN News 18. Thank you so much, Bhupendra, for joining in. Well, you've been anchoring since morning, since dawn almost. You're here and you've been gauging the entire situation, how the election verdict is developing and reaching to its conclusion. I want to ask you, the exit poll picture was quite different from what the real picture is right now, especially in Haryana. How surprised were you really with these numbers?
Well, I must admit that as far as Haryana's story is concerned, I was just a wee bit surprised because look at the circumstances and the events leading up to the polls. The opposition was nowhere near fighting like an opposition.
Yes.
There was Ashok Tanwar who was accusing Bhupendra Chaubey of having sold out tickets. He walked out of the party. There was Sanjay Nirupam in Maharashtra who was saying that, oh, now the Congress is down to number 3, number 4, the deposits will be completely wiped out. And look at where we are today. I think what it does is that in Haryana, I think the exit pollsters clearly got the story of the Jat anger completely wrong.
Right.
You're all looking at it from various angles, but in one line, the real reason why the Haryana story is looking the way it's looking right now is because the extent of anger of the Jat community, the extent of disenchantment, disillusionment, I think was vastly underestimated by exit pollsters.
Absolutely. But where would you point at when it comes to BJP's average performance this time around?
If you ask me frankly on a scale of 10, I would say that the BJP would not give itself more than 6 out of 10. Not BJP can not spin this into some kind of a victory. Both in Maharashtra, where the BJP's tally has come down, where the BJP's performance in Vidarbha has come down. In Haryana, you look at rural parts dominated by the Jats. The story of Haryana is that in pockets which were dominated by the INLD in the Indian National Lokdal in the last election, all those votes which had consolidated around the BJP in just 2 months back, when the Lok Sabha elections took place 3 months back, those votes have now moved away from the BJP and have gone to Dushyant Chautala of the Jananayak Janata Party. And I think that would be a cause of concern for the BJP, because that means that you're looking at a scenario in Haryana where between Om Prakash Chautala, between Dushyant Chautala and Bhupendra Singh Hooda, there is a formidable Jat consolidation which could happen. And the numbers as they're coming right now, the BJP is touching round about 40. To get those 5 extra numbers, it either has to do business with Dushyant Chautala's JJP, or it needs to create a scenario where all the 5 independents end up coming on side of the BJP.
Absolutely.
In both those cases, it will be seen to have surrendered far more than what it would have got.
Absolutely. But would you also point at the pegs that the BJP government really took on of nationalism, of abrogation of Article 370, which have not gone down with the voters, and probably they're more interested in talking about the economic slowdown, talking about development, which has certainly not been the pitch this time?
You know, Sakshi, let me put it slightly differently. I think what is happening is that when you talk about, say, abrogation of Article 370, or when you talk about a tough response against Pakistan, when the direct beneficiary of that attack is Narendra Modi himself, I think the same Jat voter thinks very differently. You look at these parts. BJP scored over 58% vote in the Lok Sabha elections. It swept the entire region of Haryana. Jats are known for their valor. There's an entire Jat regiment there in the Indian Army. For us to assume that the Jats simply moved away from the BJP because they're very disillusioned with the BJP, I think would be slightly erroneous. They have faith and expectations from Modi, but they may not necessarily be willing to support someone like Manohar Khattar when the premise of the election remains the same. What the BJP did in this election was that they attempted to keep the premise same, which is that Amit Shah, when he was campaigning in Haryana, what did he speak about? He spoke about illegal immigrants. What did he say? What was his famous punchline? जब हम घुसपैठियों की बात करते हैं तो राहुल बाबा को क्यों मिर्ची लगती है? उनके मौसेरे भाई हैं क्या? I think all these kind of comments, no, good for entertainment, good for us in the media, but the person on the ground, I think, does not connect with Manohar Khattar the same way that he would connect with Narendra Modi, which is why you're seeing this shift in the Jat-dominated areas away from the BJP in Lok Sabha towards Dushyant Chautala of the JJP in Vidhan Sabha.
Let me also talk to you about the performance by Congress this time around. One, can you say that it's not easy to shun the Congress just as yet? Also, second of all, minus the Gandhi leadership at the helm of affairs at this time around, the Congress's performance, what would you say to that?
I think Rahul Gandhi, if he's watching this broadcast on Money Control, should take this as unsolicited advice. The sooner Rahul Gandhi disappears from the national mainstream, the better it will be for his party. The more Rahul Gandhi appears on the national main stage, what it does is it gives the BJP an opportunity to build a narrative against the entire opposition, put the opposition on the back foot, keep the opposition, continue to defend Rahul Gandhi. This election victory if a victory happens in Haryana, has absolutely no connection whatsoever to members of the Gandhi family. Their contribution is that they stayed away from this. Bhupendra Singh Hooda, and I was in touch both with Bhupendra ji and Dipinder, both of them were clear that if the mandate for fighting this election was given to them, say 6 months back, they could have, well, sprung a huge surprise. They could have maybe passed the halfway mark on their own. They would have planned much better. In Maharashtra, look at the story. The picture of Sharad Pawar getting drenched in the rain.
Oh, yes.
You know, Sharad Pawar facing an enforcement directed notice. And see where Sharad Pawar is. He's neck and neck with the Shiv Sena. But where is the Congress party? The Congress party has ceded space to the NCP. Now, if the Congress was in the hunt in Maharashtra also, who knows, the story in Maharashtra could have looked very different.
Absolutely. The focus has actually come back to Sharad Pawar this time around as well. They were, in fact, in the early trends, they were also outperforming the Congress.
And we were thinking, in the morning when we began our broadcast, I was wondering whether this election is about Sharad Pawar trying to prove his relevance, trying to prove his impact in national politics. You know, the famous movie, Tiger Abhi Zinda Hai. So, well, Sharad Pawar Abhi Zinda Hai.
So, as far as the Maharashtra story goes, do we still have another possibility apart from the BJP-Sena alliance?
I know it's a journalistic delight to speak about a possible alliance between the NCP, the Shiv Sena, and the Congress. But just going by the numbers are such, and where we are at this stage. Do bear in mind that Narendra Modi and Amit Shah are also smart politicians who've enjoyed the peaks of political power as they have enjoyed the near zenith, the near bottom of the barrel of the political scenario. I don't think that they will let go of this opportunity to form a government. Aditya Thackeray has staked his claim. Shiv Sena has staked its claim to to be the chief minister, but I don't think they're serious. It's all about posturing. It's all about who gets what kind of portfolio. We've seen this. We've seen the Shiv Sena play this part before, and we've seen how the BJP deals with the Shiv Sena.
So at least in Maharashtra, we can still hope that BJP will be formed.
I have no doubt that the BJP-Sena will form a government in Maharashtra. It's just a matter of it may be slightly delayed. Because I don't expect Uddhav Thackeray to immediately give in. I think a lot of washing of dirty linen is likely to take place in the next 48 hours. Already Shiv Sena spokespersons are talking about a commitment that was given by Atal Bihari Vajpayee to Bala Saheb Thackeray. That we will make you the chief minister. But by the way, just before the Lok Sabha elections, before the alliance was announced, there were 2-3 rounds of long discussion that had taken place between Uddhav Thackeray and Amit Shah. What was the commitment, if any commitment was given, I think will be known once Uddhav Thackeray decides to go public.
Also in Haryana, just like how you earlier also pointed out how Dushyant Chautala has emerged as the kingmaker now. So who do you think he will be supporting now between the BJP
Well, he wants to be the king himself. He doesn't want to be the kingmaker. He's made it clear that whoever is willing to support him to be the chief minister, he's willing to do business with them. There is a difference between a Shiv Sena staking its claim for government formation, for being the chief minister, and a Dushyant Chautala asking to be the chief minister. Dushyant Chautala is a leader of a small party in a very small state. But what he has going for himself is that he is today the biggest player in the Jat political scenario. So his grandfather, Om Prakash Chautala, his uncle Abhay Chautala, what he needs to do is entirely plausible because half of the members of the JJP are all people who are former congressmen. In fact, the buzz was that many people who have won today from JJP, a lot of those people have won with the blessing of Bhupendra Singh Hooda. So it's entirely plausible that you could see some kind of a Jat consolidation taking place between Bhupendra Singh Hooda, Jananayak Janata Party, maybe even an Indian National Lok Dal, and all these parties coming together to form a government on their own. In that scenario, would someone like Dushyant Chautala be the chief minister? Would Bhupendra Singh Hooda give it up so easily? Because this performance, let's be clear, complete credit to Bhupendra Singh Hooda and Dipinder Hooda.
Absolutely. One more thing I wanted to ask you, what is the road ahead for the current CMs, Devendra Fadnavis as well as Khattar?
Mr. Fadnavis, I think, has a lot to be concerned about because while the BJP Shiv Sena alliance has won, the dependence on the Shiv Sena will increase more. The Shiv Sena will not take this position that, well, we won these seats because we're in an alliance with Narendra Modi. They'll say that, well, you benefited more from our alliance rather than the other way around. So he will have to do more business with the Shiv Sena. He will have to figure out a better political balancing act with the Shiv Sena. Do be absolutely clear. Aditya Thackeray has not taken this electoral plunge not having thought this through. The Shiv Sena has ceded space to the BJP. The BJP became the senior partner in this alliance. But the Shiv Sena wants to grow exponentially, even if it means growing at the behest, at the expense of the BJP. And with the NCP being where it is today, with just one seat behind the Shiv Sena at this stage, his counting is still on. Who knows what will happen in the future? At this stage, looks impossible. But you know, Sakshi, if Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati can bury the hatchet and come together, then anyone can bury the hatchet.
Right. And last question to you would be that, you know, no matter what, like after this verdict, no matter which government, which party forms the government in either of the states, do you think this will have a bearing on the Delhi elections next year as well?
The Delhi Assembly elections,
Yes.
if you're asking about Delhi Assembly elections, I think it will give some conviction. You know, look, the impact of the 2019 Lok Sabha election was so huge. It was a tectonic wave shift, right? That suddenly the opposition didn't know what to do. I think what this performance does, both in Maharashtra as well as in Haryana, it gives the opposition some confidence back that you can fight the BJP. You can fight the BJP even while maybe not managing to fight Narendra Modi. But you don't have to fight Narendra Modi in every election. You have to fight the BJP. I think that distinction, which has already been made by Arvind Kejriwal, he's not saying a word against Narendra Modi, but he talks about the BJP. He criticizes the BJP, criticizes the policies. Don't think in terms of a direct face-off with Modi, but do engage with the BJP, do fight them out. I think it's entirely plausible.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, then, Bhupen, for sharing all that insight over here. Well, while the BJP and Shiv Sena alliance looks to actually be set to form the government in Maharashtra, Haryana still seems to be a cliffhanger right now. And next 48 hours are going to be very eventful, very crucial, and you'll get all the updates on moneycontrol.com as well. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.